It's easy to fall in love. You meet someone and have an unexplainable connection, quiet like you already know each other, even though you just met. You exchange numbers and start to get to know each other. Before you know it, it leads to something more. You take the risk, give it a chance and plunge. Falling in love makes life seem more colorful. The rush. The chase. Opening up, letting someone in, creating memories together, having lots of sex and then finally marriage. But what happens after saying I do? Children happen. Life gets busy and everything begins to look normal, and then falling in love isn't the new big thing in your life anymore. What happens when the honeymoon phase fades? You experience the highs and lows and how marriage isn't always a bed of roses. My husband Darius and I went to the same university, we were very close friends and hung out often. We were both seeing other people. Then one night, a few weeks before graduation, after a drink too many, Darius kissed me. I kissed him back, one thing led to another and we crossed a line we weren't supposed to. After that, it took us less than a week to decide to leave our partners for each other. We dated a couple of months and got married the following year. Darius and I have been together for 18 years now and we have a 17-year-old daughter, Tessa. Darius and I are still good friends, we talk almost all the time about everything and anything. Anytime something happens in my life, Darius is the first person I want to share it with. I really care for this man, but I am not happy sexually. Our sex life is miserable because he hasn't been able to satisfy me in bed. I have a high and intense sex drive and my husband has challenges being able to fulfill those needs based on longevity and size. We've talked about this and tried everything but nothing has worked. And over the last couple of years, our sexual encounters have become less. I've gotten so used to satisfying myself and now I don't really care about having sex with him. I have thought about cheating a number of times, but Darius is too good of a man to cheat on. I hate myself for even considering doing such a horrible thing to such a man. I know this may sound crazy, but I have found myself hoping that Darius would cheat on me. At least if he did, it would give me a reason to source for sexual happiness elsewhere without feeling guilty. So, baby girl, how are things between you and D? Any improvements? My best friend Petra asks as we jog down the street. Petra and I love to stay fit, so we jog a couple of miles every morning and evening when we are free. Same old same, I huff, picking up my pace. I wouldn't want to be you, she laughs. You know this is frustrating. I don't even know what to do anymore. Find someone else to service you. And you know my answer to that. Quick one. If you were the one with the problem, do you think D would remain faithful to you? I shrug. D's a good man. I don't think he would ever cheat on me. I am not even telling you to leave him. All I am saying is that find someone to entertain you, no strings attached. Happy wife, happy marriage. You are such a bad friend. I just want you to be happy. Besides, you have such a gorgeous body, we wouldn't want it to go to waste. I shouldn't even be thinking about sex, I am old. Old? 43 isn't old. Have you taken a good look at yourself in the mirror? I roll my eyes. Think about it. Whatever, I say before we separate at the end of the block. I look at the clock for the umpteenth time, fretting and fidgeting. Did Darius forget about our plans for the night? It is 30 minutes past 8 in the evening. He should have been here an hour ago. I'm all dressed up and I've been waiting. What makes this even worse is that his phone isn't even going through. I just hope he is okay. Darius is not one to stand me up. Finally, after an eternity of waiting and pacing, my phone rings. Babe. D, where have you been? I have been waiting for over an hour now. Babe, I am sorry. Something came up and I am still stuck in a meeting. My phone went off. I didn't even notice until a few minutes ago. Can we have dinner tomorrow night instead? I promise I will make it up to you. Alright babe, I guess I will just go out and eat by myself because I don't see myself cooking tonight. I can order something for you to eat right from the comfort of the house. It's okay babe, I just need some fresh air. I won't go far. Alright babe. I will send you some money, enjoy your dinner. Okay, I will see you later then. I love you. I love you too. I end the call and quickly change my clothes, opting for comfort over cuteness. Then I grab my phone and sling my bag over my shoulder and walk downstairs. Tessa is lying on the couch, typing away on her phone. She looks up when she sees me. You've changed? Yes, your father got caught up with work and won't make it for our dinner. I am heading out to eat and get some fresh air. You want to join me? No thank you. I already ate. Okay. I will see you later. Sure. Take good care of your sweet self and don't do what I wouldn't do. I laugh, oh please. I leave the house and drive straight to a local restaurant for a good steak dinner before heading to a bar close by for some drinks. I don't usually go to bars, I don't go out much at all, but tonight, I just want to let loose and forget how boring my marriage has been. You see, I don't regret marrying my husband. He is a good man, he's nice, thoughtful and caring, plus we get along just great. It's just that sometimes I feel trapped. Our boring sex life has my mind wandering. I've thought about different things and possibilities. There are moments I've even thought of seeking sexual and physical satisfaction elsewhere in the last couple of years, but I guess I am not bold enough to cheat. When Darius and I got married, the sex was really great, like it always is at the very beginning of a relationship. We did it everywhere, almost all the time, and it was fun. But now when we get to do it, it's sort of rote and expected. I feel like a bad person for having these thoughts. I guess a drink or two will help clear my mind. I walk into the bar, sit down on a stool and quickly say to the bartender, "Can I have a double shot of whiskey?" He nods before he places a shot glass in front of me and pours it full with whiskey. I down the whiskey in one gulp before asking for a refill. "Mrs. K." I jump a little, startled at the familiar voice. "Nico?" "In the flesh," he says before sidling up to the bar next to me. Nico is one of my top performing students and he is known by his peers on campus as a ladies' man. He is the last person I expected to see in this place. There aren't a lot of young people in this place. "What are you doing here?" He ignores my question and eyes me up and down, his gaze lingering on my breasts before moving down to my hips. His intense gaze has my heart beating fast. I don't know why, but the way Nico looks at me makes me nervous. "Nico? Oh, sorry. I got carried away. You know you are really beautiful, Mrs. K, right?" he asks, his eyes finally making their way to mine. "Huh?" I exclaim, glancing around to double-check that he is talking to me. "I said you are beautiful, Mrs. K." I laugh. Am I getting hit on by a student? Someone young enough to be my child? "What are you drinking?" "I'd really love to buy you another," he offers. "No thank you. I have myself covered." The bartender takes that moment to place my shoots in front of me and like before, I down them in one gulp. "Easy tiger, easy," Nico says. "What are you trying to do? Are you even legal enough to be in this place?" I ask, my voice comes out breathy and weird. He smiles before ordering himself a vodka tonic. "And one more for my beautiful friend," he calls out, pounding on the bar top. "I asked you a question. You want to know how old I am, Mrs. K? I am asking if you are legal enough to be in this place. Shouldn't you be studying or working on your assignments?" "I am legal," he winks. "And I am just excited to be sitting this close to you away from school grounds. This is a dream come true." "What are you talking about? I don't know how you haven't noticed this, but I really like you. I get a boner just staring at you and hearing you speak in class." "What?" The bartender places our drinks in front of us before he responds. I reach for the shot glass and quickly toss the drink down my throat. I stare at him, our eyes meet. I pull back quickly, surprised at the zip of electricity. My heart beats fast and I feel my stomach clench in knots. "Jesus, Penelope, get a grip. You are 43, not 20, and he is way younger than you. You are an adult." The line here is firm. I take several deep breaths before I find the courage to look up at him. "You shouldn't be saying such things to me, I am your lecturer. Besides, I am way older than you and I am married." "You being married doesn't scare me," he smirks. I click my tongue and rise to my feet. "I don't have the strength to do this with you right now." I pay the bartender and head out of the bar. "Mrs. K." He calls after me, but I ignore him and walk fast. He catches up with me just as I exit the bar. I barely say anything before he grabs my hand, pins me against the wall, and his mouth is on me. For a moment there, I freeze, completely shocked as he presses his body against me. What should I do? Stop him. This isn't right. I am married and he is my student. I could lose my job and everything I have worked for. When his hand grabs onto my hip, I moan and gasp. He uses that opportunity to slip his tongue into my mouth, kissing me like his life depends on it. He is so good at this. I don't remember when last Darius kissed me with such passion. The over 18 years that I have been married to him, this is the first time I have touched lips other than his. "Nico," I say, pulling back when I get a bit of my senses back. "What the hell was that?" He smiles. "I'm sorry, I got carried away. I've been wanting to do this since the first time I saw you. You are my student, Nico, and I am married. This was a mistake that should never happen again. God, are you even legal?" I will be 19 soon, I am very legal, don't worry about that. Fuck? You could pass for my child. But I am not your child. You know what? Just leave me alone, I say before quickly heading to my car. My thoughts are still scattered all over the place as I pull up in front of the house. How in God's name did I allow him to kiss me and touch me in that manner? I should have pushed him off. I shouldn't have reciprocated his kiss. He is almost the same age as my Tessa. Oh Lord, if a man my age dared to go after my daughter, I would murder him with my bare hands. Let's just blame what happened on the alcohol. This night didn't happen. I compose myself and summon the courage to get out of the car. When I walk into the house, it is dark and quiet. I kick off my shoes and make my way to Tessa's room. She is lying peacefully on her bed, her books are lying on the floor, along with an assortment of colored pens. I pick up her books and place them on the table, then plug her phone into the charger before I tuck her in and kiss her goodnight on the forehead just like I did when she was a child. I still can't believe my little girl is so grown up. It seems like yesterday when I first held her in my arms, and now, she is in her first year of university studying to be a lawyer. After Tessa, Darius and I tried to have other children. I got pregnant once and had a miscarriage. I stopped trying after that. I quietly walk out of Tessa's room and gently close the door behind my back before heading to my room. Darius is lying in bed, typing away on his phone. He looks up when I close the door. Hey baby. Hey, how are you? What time did you get back? A couple of minutes ago. I tried to reach you but you didn't pick any of your calls. Are you angry I didn't make it for our dinner? I didn't hear my phone ring, it was in my purse and I was in a noisy place. Noisy place? You were drinking? I shrug. I had a glass or two of whiskey after dinner. Okay. I will go and freshen up. All right, babe. I enter the bedroom and turn on the shower, letting it heat up while I take off my clothes. I stand in front of the mirror, looking over my naked body. Despite being 43, my body is gorgeous. I always stay in good shape and seem to be healthy. I exercise regularly and pay attention to what I eat. I hop in the shower and scrub up. After I wash my body, I jump back out and head into the bedroom. I don't bother getting dressed before heading to bed and lying down next to my husband. I move closer to him and nestle my head on his shoulder, kissing his neck. I missed you so much, I whisper. I missed you too, he says, yawning loudly. Tired? Yeah. I had such a busy day. Okay, I respond, knowing that even if I try to initiate something with him, it will go nowhere. I turn the bedside lamp off and a few minutes later, Darius is snoring loudly beside me. I toss and turn until the wee hours of the morning. I can't stop thinking about Nico and that kiss. When he pressed himself against me, I felt his erection against my hip bone. I don't want to imagine what it would feel like to have him in me. He is young and obviously still very active. God, I shouldn't even be thinking about this while lying next to my husband. I am such a despicable person. I am definitely going to hell. The next morning, I get out of bed before Darius does, then head to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. I have a house help that comes to help out with the cleaning and other house chores, but I prefer to prepare my husband's meals by myself. When I am done cooking and the table is set, I head upstairs to get ready for work. Morning, babe, I say to Darius, who seems to have just stepped out of the bathroom. Hey, good morning, babe. Slept well? Yeah, I did. And breakfast is ready. I will just get ready so we can eat together. Okay. I spend the next 30 minutes bathing and getting ready for work. My first class today is at 9 a.m. and the thought of seeing Nico after what happened last night gives me goosebumps. I wear a blue and green dress topped by a navy blazer. When I am fully dressed and have my shoes on, I apply a little makeup. Nothing major, just some mascara, eyeshadow and lip gloss. Morning, child, I say to Tessa when I finally make it downstairs for breakfast. Hey mummy. How are you? I am good. Slept well? Yeah, I did. You? I did. Thank you for plugging my phone onto the charger last night. You are welcome, baby. What time is your class today? I ask as I dish up for myself. At 9. Okay, mine is at 9 too. I can drop you off before I head for work. Alright, that's okay. Babe, are we on for dinner tonight? Yes, we are. I will inform you if any changes come up. Okay. Trying and failing to convince my heart to stop beating hard against my rib, I walk down the hall to my first class. Hesitating at the door, I hold in a deep breath in a last attempt to quiet my nerves. Then I open the door and step inside, I look around the room full of students and my gaze locks with Nico's. His gaze lingers on mine, a smile playing over his lips. I clear my throat and quickly look away before I walk to the front of the class and sling my bag on the desk. Class rushes by in a blur of hushed voices. I try as much as possible to ignore Nico, though I can practically feel the awkward tension in the air between us. When I ask a question, he raises his hand to answer, but I ignore him and pick someone else. This goes on until the end of class. I can see the frustration in his eyes. The moment I dismiss the class, I gather my things and leave the classroom for my office. I don't have another class until late in the afternoon, so I sit in my office to grade assignments for one of my classes. 2 hours later, a knock sounds on my office door. "Come in," I say without even looking up. "Mrs. K," a familiar voice says. I look up. "Nico, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in class?" "I am done with all my classes for the day, so I thought I should bring you lunch," he says, placing a pack of food on the table. "Why are you buying me lunch?" He rolls his eyes. "Should we be going back and forth on the same thing? Haven't I told you how much I like you already, Mrs. K? I love that you call me Mrs. K, it means that you are aware that I am a married woman," I say, flaunting my ring in his face. "What sort of games are you trying to play? I'm your lecturer and this is against everything I've come to stand for, so stop it already." He doesn't respond but instead intently stares at me. His eyes devouring me in a way that sends shivers down my back. I don't know what's with this boy, but each time he looks at me, I lose my mind. "Don't look at me like that," I say, in a low voice. "Like what?" he teases. "Just don't look at me, Nico. You should leave my office before anyone comes in." "But we aren't doing anything wrong, Mrs. K, or are you having dirty thoughts about me?" I swallow hard. "Excuse me? I love your mouth." "Huh?" "Each time you talk, I can hardly concentrate on what you are saying because I keep staring at your lips and wondering how they would look wrapped around me." He winks and it takes a minute for me to get what he just meant. "OMG, Nico, you shouldn't be saying such things to me. Do you realize there are like over 2 decades that sit between us? And who cares? Age is just a number." "I care. I am a married woman and I am no match to that old man. I can make you feel amazing things. Leave." He walks up to me and kneels in front of me. Then he traces my lips with his forefinger and I feel a familiar heat go through my body. Before I can process what is happening, his lips are on mine. The kiss starts slow but quickly turns heated, intense, passionate. His hand quickly moves from my lap to rest on my bare thigh. "Nico. No, this isn't a good idea," I breathe. Ignoring me, he slides his hand up, moving my dress out of the way. "Nico." I whimper. "I know I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't allow this boy to violate me in this manner. This goes against everything I believe in. It won't even be good for my career if word were to get around that I am making out with my student. Someone who is 25 years younger than I am. He is almost my daughter's age and..." When he slides a finger inside of me, I gasp and thrust my body back towards him. He kisses me hard as his fingers fill me up. I'm on, welcoming him. Lord, I haven't been touched in this manner in years. My fingers and toys are no match to Nico's. He knows what he is doing. OMG. Someone is going to walk in. I am going to get fired. He chuckles. "Nico, please, I'm about to." Shh. He works fingers inside of me until I'm a thrashing mess. I'm so close when he pulls his fingers free of my lady parts. "What?" I stare up at him. I was so close, but I am not about to say that to him. He is such a bastard. He smirks, sticking his thumb into his mouth, sucking away my wetness away. He winks at me and then walks out of the room, closing the door behind his back. "Bastard!" I yell, throwing a book against the wall. How dare he start something and fail to finish it? I was so close. God. My phone rings. I take a deep breath before answering. "Baby girl. Hey pet. Long time no see. Who is keeping you busy? Can we go for a run this evening?" "Girl, I wish I could, but Dee and I are scheduled to head out for dinner." "Okay. But I have gist, so let's meet tomorrow morning." "Gist? You know I live for gist. Tell me about it." "Not now, pet. I will tell you about it in the morning. Patience. Now I won't be able to sleep." "Oh please. I will see you tomorrow. I need to have lunch and prepare for my next class soon." "All right, girl. I will see you tomorrow. Bye." "Are you okay?" Darius asks. "You've been unusually quiet this evening." I raise my glass of wine to my lips and swallow a large sip. Accepting to come for this dinner with my husband was a bad idea, knowing that my body is on edge and I'm a bit irritated because of what Nico did. I don't even understand why he started something knowing he had no intentions of finishing it. I didn't even get a chance to use my toys and get off when I got home because Dee was already back from work when I knocked off. Penelope. Are you okay? I force a smile. I'm okay, babe. I just have a slight headache. Work was hectic today. You know how these students can get sometimes. You know you can always quit if the job is getting stressful. I don't like you being this tired. You know I love my job, babe, and I am not quitting anytime soon. But you know you can quit anytime. I have enough money to take care of you for as long as you live. I know, my love, but I really don't want to just be home. You know me now, I love to work. Well, maybe we need to take some time off, a vacation or something, just so you can rest. A vacation would make so much sense. In fact, let's take a family vacation when Tessa closes school. Okay, I love the sound of that. I too need the rest. Great, I say, and we get back to eating. I feel like such an awful person for lying to this man. He doesn't deserve what Nico and I are doing. Dee is a great man. If only he could improve on his skills in the bedroom, then maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't be craving the touch of another man. My phone vibrates, indicating a new message. Hey beautiful, the text reads. I know without a doubt who this text is from, even though I don't have his number. How did you get my number? I type back. I have my ways. What do you want? Can I take you out tomorrow after school? You are joking. No, I am not. Nico, why me? Why not you? You know why. Don't start with the whole age difference. I like you and that's all that matters. Look, Nico. I can't have anything to do with you. What happened that night and today was nice, but it can't happen again. Why? Because I am married. I am your lecturer. It was a mistake. I feel so bad for cheating on my husband. Please stop. After I send that message, I look up to find Dee staring at me. What? Your phone? You've been texting for the last couple of minutes. Oh, that's just Padra. She was trying to find out if we can meet tomorrow morning for a run. That discussion can't wait until later? I am sorry, babe. It's okay. So, babe, what do you think we should get Tessa for her 18th birthday? I was thinking of a big birthday party and a car for 18. For knowing my daughter, she wouldn't want anything big and extravagant. So, dinner with her close friends and she still gets the car. I think it's about time she started driving herself. She is always whining about being dropped off every morning. He laughs. She must get the car. Just find out which one she wants and it's done. And dinner with her close friends will work. That girl hates crowds. She is so reserved to be your child. If I didn't know any better, I would think they swapped her at birth. Babe. I slightly hit his shoulder. Am I that bad? No, you are not bad, but I also know you wouldn't give up a big party. Oh please. My phone starts ringing. I stare at it. Nico is calling. Aren't you going to pick that? I force a smile. It's not important. The call ends. Then it starts ringing almost immediately. I think you should pick that up. I take another sip of my drink and pick the call. Pat. What do you want? I've told you I am having dinner with my husband. Give us some space, please. Why are you not responding to my messages? Not now. Fine. I will be waiting to hear from you. I have plans for us for tomorrow evening. I didn't even say yes. I will call you later. Fine. I end the call and place the phone on the table. This boy will be the death of me. How do I resist him? I don't want to be the kind of woman that carries on an illicit affair. I don't want to hurt my husband. I know Dee would be crushed if he found out about this. I must put that boy in his place. I must put a stop to this. When Dee and I finish eating, he pays the bill and we head back home. We talk nonstop and laugh on the way back home. I live for moments like this, moments when it's just him and I against the world. I can't wait to just sort through these feelings for Nico so that I can focus on my marriage. I will go and check on Tessa, I say to Dee, after freshening up and changing into my nightie. All right, I will be here waiting for you. Going into Tessa's and peering inside, I find her sitting on the bed studying. She is so engrossed in her books that she doesn't notice me walking into her room until I sit at the edge of her bed. Mummy. She smiles, looking up at me. You are back? Yes. We got back a couple of minutes ago. I've even managed to freshen up. I had headsets on, probably why I didn't hear you. How was dinner? You guys had fun? Dinner was great, and yeah, your father and I had a great time. Should you still be studying this late? Don't you think you need to get some rest? You've been studying since we left home, baby girl. She shrugs. I took a break. I went for a short walk and started again. I have exams coming up, Mom, and I am just trying to make sure I get everything right. I wouldn't want to fail. You and Dad have invested a lot in my education. I never want to disappoint you. I smile. You have never disappointed us. You will not start now, baby girl. You are already smart. You shouldn't push yourself too much. I think you should get some rest. Did you eat? Yeah, I did. Okay, I just came to check up on you. I will be heading to bed now. Get some rest and don't forget to plug in your phone as you sleep. Okay, Ma. Good night. I love you. I love you too. I leave her room for mine, getting into bed next to my husband. Darius turns my face and starts kissing me as he removes my nightdress. As always, Darius doesn't bother with much foreplay. The minute we are both naked, he enters me and gives me what he considers his best shot. Sex with Darius is boring like doing dishes. We fuck the same way all the time, and no matter what he does, he just can't satisfy me. I wonder what happened to this man. Could it be old age? When we finish, he rolls off me to pull me into his arms from behind. Spooning me, I snuggle as tightly as I can. Good night, babe. I love you, he whispers. Good night. It doesn't take Darius long to sleep. He is fast asleep in less than 10 minutes, but I on the other hand spend almost the whole night awake and deep in thoughts. I keep thinking about Nico and everything he made me feel just by kissing and touching me. I can't help but wonder what kind of pleasure he could fill my body with if I ended up sleeping with him. Maybe I should just sleep with him once and get over this craving. Dee doesn't have to know about this. I get up around 5 the next morning and dress in my running gear. I quietly creep downstairs and head outside before I start my morning run. I run for a couple of minutes before meeting up with Patra. Morning, baby girl, she says as we run side by side. Morning to you too. How are you? I am good. You? I am okay. I couldn't sleep. I just wanted it to be morning so you could tell me the gist. I laugh. You are dramatic. I am serious. Let's run for a while and I will tell you about it. Penelope? Catch me if you can. I run faster, far ahead of her. I love to run fast. It keeps my mind alive and active, and makes me forget all the problems that I have. I run for about 25 minutes before I get to the end of the road and stop to take some water and wait for Patra. She's a good runner too, but she is no match to me. Bitch. What was that all about? She says when she gets to where I am sitting. I was just challenging you. Oh please, you are such a show-off. How do you feel? She rolls her eyes, opens her bottle of water and takes a large sip. Better. I met someone. Bitch. You did? Where? Who? How? I bite my lower lip, wondering if I should tell her who Nico is. I trust Patra. She has been my ride or die for the longest. Spit. I shrug. The night I went out when Dee didn't show up for dinner. Yeah. I met this nice young man and I think I like him. A young man? How young? He is legal. That's all that matters. How far have you two gone? Not far, but he touched me and... OMG. She exclaims. He made me feel alive. Dee hasn't made me feel like that in such a long time. I keep thinking about him, but on the other hand I feel bad. I feel like I am such a horrible person for cheating on Dee. If roles were reversed, do you think Dee would feel guilty about going to find sex elsewhere? Dee's a good man. I know he is a good man, but you are miserable and there is no harm in you trying to spice up your marriage. I think you should go after this young man, have as much sex as you can, and when you are done and feel fulfilled, move on. Dee doesn't have to know. Happy wife, happy marriage. He wants to take me out tonight. I hope you are going. I don't know. You should go. You are beautiful and I am sure this young man saw that. Dress up for him, show him what you've got. I laugh. I am serious. Don't feel guilty about being happy. Okay, I will go. Yes, she exclaims. We should start heading back. I need to prepare breakfast for my boo and child. I don't even know why you bother about cooking when the maid can do that. I love to take care of my husband. Let the single breathe, she says, and we burst out laughing before we get ready to head back. Most people cheat because they are paying more attention to what they are missing rather than what they have. I stare at myself in the mirror and smile, feeling good about myself. I am wearing a short checkered white and black patterned skirt with a white silk shirt and a fur coat. I have knee-high boots on my feet. I went all out with makeup today because I want to impress Nico and look like the girls his age. My hair is tied up in a perfect bun secured by a headband. After I spray a bit of perfume on the nape of my neck, I grab my small bag, recheck myself in the mirror again and head out. Tessa, who is watching TV, lifts her head up and stares at me when I walk into the living room. "You look beautiful, where are you heading?" she asks. "Dinner with Petra and some friends." "Why are you in your pajamas this early on a Friday night? Aren't girls your age out there partying? Where is your friend Gabby? I haven't seen her in a while." "She is around. She is obviously out. She wanted us to go out together but I said no. Exams are starting next week, I can't be going out at such a time. Maybe when I am done, I will take Gabby's offer. There is more to life than books, Tessa, go out and live a little." She rolls her eyes. "Get going, Mom, you will be late for your dinner date with Auntie Pat." I smile. "I love you, dear girl. I'm always grateful to God for giving me a child like you." "I love you too, Ma, but I know you would have preferred to have a party pooper for a child. God has a great sense of humor, giving an introverted child to an extrovert. How perfect. You are perfect the way you are. God knew what I needed." "Okay, bye. Your father will be coming home a bit late, he is attending a business dinner. Please lock up the house and my phone will be on the whole time, don't hesitate to call when you need anything. I am an adult mom and this place is safe. Don't worry about me." My phone rings before I am able to respond. "My ride's here, I will see you later. Bye." I don't feel like driving myself tonight, plus I wouldn't want to park my car in a place that would raise suspicions since I am meeting up with Nico. When I get into the cab, I tell the driver where I am heading. Nico sent me an address. My heart beats fast with a mix of nerves and fear the entire drive. Honestly, I don't even know why I am doing this, but it feels right. If anyone had told me I would be meeting up with my young student for an intimate night, I would have laughed in their faces. This is not who I am. I love and respect my marriage. I love my job and I wouldn't want to lose it, but Nico, he makes me lose focus. He makes me forget everything. I stand up. He brings so much light to my life. I just hope when I get to sleep with him this urge will go and we can both move on with our lives. An hour later, I finally get to his place. I pay the driver, get out of the car and head for the door. The minute I knock, he opens the door and pulls me inside the kitchen. Then he leads me down a small hallway that opens to the living room. For a man his age, this house looks neat and well decorated. There is an L-shaped sectional couch against one corner of the living room with a big TV hanging on the wall. A small coffee table sits at the center of the room. "This is a beautiful place. How are you able to afford it?" He smiles. "I am a man. I have my ways. My friend and I share this apartment, but he is out for the night, so feel free and comfortable. I'm so glad you could come, and before I forget, you look hot in this outfit. Just staring at you makes me my manhood twitch." He winks. I blush a little at his words because I can feel the heat on my face. "Don't say things like that." "What?" "You know." He laughs. "So, I have something special planned for us this evening." "Which is?" "I will lead you to it, my love." "Don't call me that. Would you rather I call you Mrs. K?" "No." "Then my love it is. Come." He holds out his hand and I put mine in his before he leads us to his bedroom. When he opens the door, I gasp when I see the romantic picnic set up in his room. There is a blanket on the floor with a number of pillows placed around it. There are assorted food items in the middle, 2 plates and a bottle of wine. Then on his bed, there is a bouquet of flowers and rose petals. I don't remember when my husband last did something like this for me. This is beautiful, Nico. You are beautiful. You deserve this and more. He gets the flowers and hands them to me. Thank you. Come. I sit on the blanket and place the pillows behind my back, leaning against them. He sits across from me and pours us wine. Soft music plays in the background as we eat and drink quietly. I honestly didn't expect this. I underestimated Nico. I keep blushing and feeling like a teenager in love. Have I told you how beautiful you are? Nico asks. We are done eating and now just sitting on his bed trying to watch a movie. If I am being honest, I haven't paid much attention to the movie. My heart is beating fast. I can feel these electric jolts to my body. I guess it's the effect of having Nico so close to me. You keep saying that. That's because you're beautiful and your body is so hot. You are too sexy for a 43-year-old woman, he says before he starts kissing me. He lowers me down on the bed and we stay there for a while just kissing before I decide to pull away. He looks at me in surprise and maybe a little bit of disappointment. This isn't right, Nico. This could ruin my career. This could get you expelled from school and... I am an adult and I know what I am doing. I want this as much as you do and no one has to ever find out. It could be our little secret. I really like you, I haven't liked someone as much as I do you. You don't know it's been sitting in your classes, please don't push me away. I don't even care that you're married or older, if you have me, I will have you. Silence. Let me show you how much I feel for you, he says before he takes off my skirt and shirt. For a moment he just stares at me like I am the most beautiful thing he has set his eyes on. This young man makes me feel loved and wanted. He slowly eases my bra straps off my shoulders, then reaches behind my back and unclasps it entirely. It falls off. Perfection, he whispers. In an instant, his lips capture mine. He kisses my lips, then moves to my neck as he slides my underwear off. He continues to press over the rest of my body and I gasp when his kiss touches the top of my breasts. I ache into him as he sucks and swirls his tongue around my nipple. He devours one, then the other. My body is on fire, I feel like I am about to explode. I am needy and I want him to make me come. I have been waiting for this ever since he touched me. He pulls back a little. You are such a dream come true. Then he quickly gets his clothes off and I stare at his manhood. Lord, it's so big. When he turns back to me, he kisses me aggressively while he trails his finger between my legs and starts thrusting in and out. I gasp, hooking my nails into his shoulders. Nico. His fingers feel amazing. In that moment I am not Mrs. K, I am just Penelope. He brings me to the edge of an orgasm and like last time, he stops. I groan in protest and he smiles. Patience, my love, he whispers. Then he gets on top of me and positions himself. I should pull back. This is wrong. This is Nico. He is my student and way younger than I am. Each thought comes faster than the other, but I hardly have time to listen to them because in the next instant, with a hard thrust, Nico enters me. And just like that we cross a line. I lose myself to him like I have never done my entire life. For the next few minutes, he thrusts into me so hard I can hardly think straight. I have never had sex like this, not even when Dee and I were young and still had an active sex life / Holy shit. Nico. I cry, feeling an orgasm blooming low in my body. When I finally come, I lose it. I scream his name loud as my hands hold him tight to me. Shivers take hold of me for a moment. Then he lets out a loud groan, coming. I feel him pumping into me. His breath is hot against the back of my neck as he pants. It takes us a minute or two to finally calm down. You are mine now. I am never letting you go, Penelope, he whispers, kissing the shell of my ear. Knowing I am not his and I don't belong to him, I decide not to respond to that. I don't know why I felt I would get over the craving once I had him inside me, because now more than ever, I want to be with him all the time. I want to feel this kind of high and alive. I want everything he has to offer, and I don't even care if he is way younger than me. After all, he is legal. I don't know how long we'll lie like that in silence. In the midst of my thoughts I must have dozed off because when I open my eyes, the room is dark. Oh shit. I get out of bed, turn on the light. Nico is lying on his stomach. The reality of what we did earlier finally hits me, and for a moment there, I feel guilty for cheating on Dee. I grab my phone. It's 2 in the morning and there are several missed calls on my phone from my daughter, husband as well as Patra. I panic as I run around his room, searching for my clothes. I put my underwear and bra back on. Then I put on my shirt and skirt before pulling my boots from underneath the bed. When I put them on, I grab my bag and stare at myself in the mirror to make sure I look decent enough. After finally finding a cab, I leave. It's 3:10 in the morning when the car finally pulls up in front of the house. I tried calling Patra on the way here, but her phone is switched off. I didn't bother calling my husband and daughter back because I wasn't ready to start explaining myself on the phone. Getting out of the car, I walk towards the front door. I take my keys out of my purse and fumble to open the door. When it finally opens, I take a deep breath, open the door and walk into the living room. It's dark and the entire house is very quiet. I kick off my shoes and tiptoe up the stairs and into my room. Darius is looking down at his phone, but he puts it on the bedside table as I walk in. Hey baby, it's 3 in the morning and you are still awake? I ask. I don't even know what to say to him right now when he asks why I am coming home this late. This is the first time since he married me that this is happening. There are days when Patra and I have gone out for a night out, but I always make sure to be back home before midnight. You expect me to be sleeping when I don't know where my wife is? Where are you coming from? It's 3 in the morning, Penelope. Do you know how worried Tessa and I were? You weren't even picking up your phone. I called Patra and said you were winding up and you would be home in no time. That was around 22. Your friend didn't pick any of our calls after that. Her phone even went off. Can you explain that? Babe, I am sorry. I lost track of the time. I went to the toilet when you called Patra and I meant to call back but I just forgot. I should have been home earlier but the ladies suggested we visit another place and that's how I lost track of time. A married woman? Clubbing and partying up to 3 in the morning? What morals is Tessa supposed to learn from you? I said I am sorry Darius, what else do you want me to say? The next time you come back home this late, I will send you back to wherever you came from. Stop it already. You are not my father, I respond, walking past him. I go into the bathroom and look at myself in the mirror. Shit, I look like a fucking mess. I hope Darius bought my story, I wouldn't want him to suspect that I just slept with someone else. I turn the faucet on, sticking my hands under the water. I notice they are shaking, I quickly splash some water on my face, hoping it will calm my racing heart and wash the shame of what I have done away but it doesn't. I feel so naked. So dirty, like everyone can see that I just slept with someone other than my husband. It's over now I guess, I've gotten Nico out of my system and I won't be needing him anymore. I have to get on with my life and pretend like this didn't happen. Moving away from the mirror, I undress and start the shower. I step under the water without turning the light on, allowing the darkness and water wrap around me, soothing the guilty and ache in my heart. Tears suddenly start pouring down my face as I list down all the reasons why I don't deserve D. I even pretended to be angry with him so I could avoid the confrontation because I know if we kept talking, he would have been able to tell that I was lying. After the shower, I walk back into the room and D is lying on the bed, all covered up in his blanket pretending to be asleep. I put on my pajamas, turn off the light and join him in bed. I guess we will talk about this and sort out this mess later in the day. I manage to fall asleep a couple of minutes later and when I wake up, it's morning and D isn't in bed with me. I can hear the water running in the shower, he is probably bathing. I get out of bed and head into the kitchen to prepare breakfast. Tessa joins me a few minutes later. She is still clad in her pajamas and doesn't look like someone going to school. Morning Mom. Hey morning, still in your pajamas? Yeah, I don't have a class this morning. The professor who was supposed to take us up lost his father so he traveled. I decided to stay for a bit, I will only go to school in the afternoon. Okay. What time did you get home last night? I got back late. We were worried about you. I am sorry, I lost track of time, it will not happen again. Anyway, it's good you came back home safe. I am making breakfast, you sit down there and I will be done soon. Do you need any help with something? No baby, I am fine. Okay. So, Gabby will pick me up today and drop me off after school. How thoughtful of her. Yeah. I have just finished preparing breakfast and I am setting the table. When D walks into the kitchen, he greets Tessa and completely ignores me before he walks to the fridge, grabs an apple and a bottle of water and walks out. Babe? You are leaving? I ask, rushing after him. Yeah, he responds coldly. Breakfast is ready. I am not hungry, are the last words he says before he walks out on me and slams the door behind his back. It smells like sex in here, Leon says, waving a hand in front of his face as he walks into my bedroom. I haven't cleaned up because I am still in bed. I woke up to find that Mrs. K had left. She fell asleep after the wild sex that we had. I must admit that woman isn't just gorgeous, she is great in bed too and I will enjoy this ride while I can. You finally popped that cherry. Nico, you are the main man. Fuck you. I groan. How was it? Was it great? Did she deliver? Yeah. Yeah, she was pretty good and she did deliver. It seems her husband has been starving our dear Mrs. K. He looks at me and both of us start to laugh. You are the main man dude, he says before he fist bumps into me. So, what time did she leave? I am not even sure because she passed out after I fucked her. I woke up this morning and found she was gone. The runaway bride, he laughs. You play too much dude. So, when are you actually seeing her again? What plans do you have for her? I don't have class with her today but I plan on seeing her later in the day. I will text her, I am doing this with her but on my terms. I will make her completely lose control of herself and fall in love with me. I will do everything that man doesn't do for her. I smile, Mrs. K and I sure have a long way to go. I hope she is ready for everything I've got under my sleeves. I trust you. You know how I roll. Anyway, I am planning to visit my mother and have lunch with her today. She's been complaining about me not seeing her. I want to get her some flowers and put a smile on her face. Come to think of it, I think I should also deliver flowers to Mrs. K just to show her I am thinking of her. You should. Anyway, I have class at 10, let me get ready for that. Okay. I need to clean up this room and start preparing for the meetup with my mother. Alright, I will see you later. I take a few minutes to clean up my room before I hit the shower. I've just stepped out of the shower when my bedroom door bursts open and an angry Gabby marches in. Where is she? She yells. I look at her confused. Where is who? The whore you are cheating on me with? In the bathroom, I respond. She pushes me aside and walks into the bathroom screaming profanities. I burst into a fit of laughter when she walks out. She just made a fool out of herself. You think this is funny? Huh? What have I done? You didn't pick any of your calls last night and you've just been quiet on me. There's got to be another woman in the picture and I will find her. I can't have you treat me like trash, Nico. I walk up to her, grab her into my arms and silence her with a kiss. She instantly responds to the kiss hungrily. Everything happens so fast. 1 minute we are kissing and the next we are naked in each other's arms, fucking. For the next few minutes, I give it to her in the most brutal way, hard and rough like she loves it, all the while we are both grunting, behaving like primal animals until we both come so hard. Holy fucking shit, that was amazing, babe. I hope that answers your question on whether I am cheating or not. I am sorry. Really? Yes, she pouts. Anyway, I need to hit the shower again so I can head out. I am meeting my mother for lunch. Can I tag along? I look at her. Tag along as who? Am I not your girlfriend? What's wrong with me meeting my future mother-in-law? I laugh, wondering why she is going so far ahead of herself and trying to claim titles that I haven't given her. I wonder what makes her think I will marry her. Why should girls take everything so serious? I am just 18 and trying to enjoy my life. Marriage is the last thing on my mind. And even if I decide to get married, Gabby won't be it for me. Your future mother-in-law? Yes, she says, grinning from ear to ear like a fool that she is. Babe, it's not the right time for you to meet my mother. Maybe someday in the future, but not now? Why not now? Don't you love me? I do love you. But you and I have a long way to go. You can meet my mother some other time. Fine. I'm staying here until you come. I will help with the laundry and cook you something. You don't have to do any of that, G. But I want to do this. You are my man and I love to take care of it. Fine, suit yourself. You will find me. I will clean up, do the laundry and even clean up a bit. You don't have classes today? I do, but I don't feel like going. You should take school seriously, Gabby. You are constantly ditching classes. I still pass even when I ditch the classes. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. I walk into the restaurant and spot Patra in a booth in the far corner. Patra asked if we could meet up for lunch today and catch up. She is off work for a couple of weeks and I only had one class today, so here I am. Patra spots me as I walk towards her and she stands up. I reach the table and smile back at her. Hey baby girl, she says, giving me a quick hug. Hey, how are you? You look beautiful. She is wearing a knee-length polka dot fit and flared dress and sandals. I do? Yes. I love the dress. It has pockets, she says, stuffing her hands into her pockets and causing me to burst into laughter. I ordered a bottle of champagne. Feel free to pour yourself a glass, she says when we take our seats. Thank you. I pour myself a glass of champagne and take a long swig of it. She gestures for the waiter to come to our table and we order our food. I am so hungry. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. I was so irritated with Darius' behavior. I lost my appetite when he refused to eat the food I cooked this morning. You are glowing, bitch. You lose all sexed up. I assume he satisfied you to the core, right? I smile. Girl, he ate and left no crumbs. Tell me about it. I want all the details. I don't kiss and tell. She rolls her eyes. You told your husband we were together and I had to cover up for you. What time did you even go home? Girl, thanks for having my back. I got home at 3 in the morning. How? You were having sex the entire time? No, Pat, that young man is a beast. He wore me out and I dozed off after the act and only woke up at 2 a.m. Darius was angry when I got home and you know my husband rarely gets angry. He even refused to eat the food I made this morning. You injured that sweet man girlfriend. I am heading back home early today. I intend on preparing his favorite meal. I will pamper him a little and apologize further so that he forgives me. You know D can't stay angry with me for a long time. Yeah. You hit a jackpot when you married that man, girl. Aside from his little disability in the bedroom, he is a perfect man. Yeah. I wish everything was perfect between us, you know? In the bedroom too, then I wouldn't have to deal with sleeping with another man to get a little satisfaction. It bugs me that I slept with someone else. I defied my vows. I understand you, but what's the plan with this guy? Are you going to use him as a booty call? I just wanted this to be a once-off thing. He quenched my thirst and now I can go on with my life. You are sure of that? Yeah. Has he tried to get in touch with you? The waiter walks up to our table with the food before I am able to respond. I wait for him to set up before I say, he sent a text that I haven't responded to yet. This guy is young, babes. I don't think I want to continue seeing him. Okay. I hope you made that clear with him. We didn't get to talk about that. He laid a claim on me and said I was his for life. She laughs. That sounds like a possessive young man. I will talk to him. But you know you don't have to end things with him? You can keep him around as a booty call, meet up with him when you have the urge, let him fuck the life out of you and life continues. You said he is a young man, you can even be giving him money once in a while and sponsor his lifestyle. I stare at her, thinking about everything she has said. What? I love D. I love what we have, the kind of friendship marriage we've had over the years is admirable by many. I wouldn't want to lose him. Who says anything about D finding out? You love D and you love your marriage, that's why you are obviously finding ways to help your marriage stay strong. Remember my motto? Happy wife, happy marriage? Yes. We talk some more as we eat our food. We talk some more and drink our champagne after eating, and by the time we are leaving the restaurant it's almost 3 p.m. It takes me 2 hours to get home because of the heavy and slow traffic. I get to the house to find Tessa in the kitchen trying to find what to cook for dinner. She rarely cooks, but when she does, both her father and I enjoy the meals. Hey baby. Hey ma, I thought I should get dinner ready tonight. You need help with anything? Nah, I am okay. And before I forget, someone sent you flowers. My heart beats hard against my chest. Flowers? Did it say who? No. The note doesn't have a name and the delivery guy refused to give me a name. They are in the vase on the dining table, the note is on the table too. Maybe when you read it, you will know who sent them. Okay. How was school? It was okay. I thought Gabby would stay over for dinner after dropping you off. Gabby? She didn't drop me off, neither did she pick me up. Why? How did you go to school? I got a cab. I couldn't reach her on the phone earlier. She called when I was already at school and said she overslept and wouldn't be coming in. That's sad, baby girl, you should have called me. She shrugs. I am an adult, I can sort out my issues. If you say so. I leave her and head to the dining room. I am more than certain that silly boy sent those flowers to me. The flowers are beautiful and they are actually my favorite, white and blue violets. I always love how they smell. The note beside them reads, "To the most beautiful woman on earth. Mrs. K, I can't wait to see you again." His message melts my heart, and for a moment there, I smile as I sniff the flowers. My phone rings at that same exact moment. I pick without checking the caller ID. Hello? The beautiful Mrs. K, did you receive my flowers? Why would you send me flowers at my house? What if my husband received them? And how do you know where I stay? I have my ways. Stop playing these silly games. You can't be sending me flowers. I am a married woman, and stop texting me. You've been ignoring my messages, Mrs. K. I have been busy. What do you want? I miss you. Can I see you? No, I just got home and I need to start cooking. I am somewhere around your place. I just need to see you for a few minutes. Not now, Nico. Please. No. I will text you when I get to a spot that is close to your home, he says, dropping the call before I respond. My God, this boy will be the end of me.